I am Robin Wilson. I am the co-founder of Social Grenade, which is the tool that I created for salespeople to be able to post to social media very easily with valid content that is relative to your industry and what you do for a living. I also have a company called SCP Agency where we help dealerships with their organic social and paid social. And then Epic BDC, which is obviously a BDC. Okay, so social selling with Facebook's professional dashboard is what we're going to talk about today, and how to build a personal brand that sells. We all know this, and we, as salespeople, especially in the automotive industry, we know we're always having to overcome the trust factor. People come in with that trepidation right off the bat of whether they trust you or not, whether they believe what you're saying or not, and we really can curate that trust before they ever get to the dealership. So buyers research you online before they ever step foot in the dealership is an accurate statement. They're constantly looking to see who are those people that are in our community that are selling vehicles, who are our friends buying vehicles from, what kind of information are they putting out? Do they seem valid? Are they, just crazy, wonky? What are they? Do they vibe with me or not vibe with me? So a strong profile builds trust and credibility and inbound leads. So your Facebook profile is now a lead funnel if you treat it like one. And I'm going to show you some Facebook profiles here at the end of this and how they're set up. And then you can kind of go and look and go, what does mine look like? Am I set up for success, or I'm not even considering that? So turning your profile into a business tool. Once you convert to a professional dashboard, which is just a few clicks of a button on your phone, you'll be able to see insights like this. You'll be able to see where your views are, how many people you're getting in front of. You'll also have the ability to boost posts like you haven't had before, unless you were on a business page. Now you can do it from your profile. You can manage your content to see what's working well and what's really falling flat, and then modify from there. And so this really just kind of gives you like the back end of your Facebook profile as a tool. We used to call it back in the day, blue Facebook and gray Facebook. And if you had a business page or you ran business profiles, you went into I would type in business.facebook.com and it would take me to gray Facebook. And that was the back end of Facebook. Well, now all of you guys, if you'll convert to a professional dashboard, will have the same tools that I had access to running businesses on Facebook for years. And so these tools right here will help you measure. Whereas in the past, you'd like, oh, I think that post did well. You don't have to think about it anymore. You're going to be able to know that it has. So in professional dashboard, you're going to have access to insights, meaning how much engagement did I get? How many people viewed it? How many people who are non-followers saw my content, and which post did well? And then there's some content tools in there as well. So if you guys want to do this right now, you can get your phone out and you can go to your Facebook profile. And then if you'll click your little face, once you open up Facebook, if you'll click your face, and it'll open up your profile so that it kind of looks like that part of the profile. And then at that point right there, there are the three dots underneath where who you are, what you say, what you do right there. So it may say create reel, advertise, and then there'll be the three dots. Once you get to those three dots right there, you'll scroll down, and in those lists, those menu lists right there will be a turn on professional mode. Once you click that, it's just going to take you through a series of prompts. And then at the end of that, you're done. All of your numbers will be 0. And I'm going to see if I can do this real quick and show you. Okay, so I'm sharing my device now. I want to just show you where this is at on Facebook. So once I click my little circle at the top where it says, what's on your mind? I just tap on my face, and mine is already on a professional dashboard. But you will have these 3 gray dots down here. Create reel, advertise, 3 dots right there. Find wherever your 3 dots are, and then you're going to click that button right there. And then in this list will be, if you scroll down, mine's already on. So see, mine says turn off professional mode down here at the bottom. You will have a turn on professional mode. But one of the things I want to show you in here, let me get myself off there for a minute, is now I'm able to track my insights on my account. So I get to see that for the last 28 days, I've had 71,180 views. And that's telling me that I'm down from my previous 28 days. So I need to kick my butt in gear because I'm not producing enough engaging content. My net followers is up. And then if I want to go look at my content and see what has been working and what hasn't, I just click over to content. And then it's going to take me through every post I've made. And you see the numbers next to them are the amount of engagement that I got with these. And so I can actually measure this and go, okay, great. So it was my driving test. That post right there did really well. 1,300 people saw it. 20 people engaged with it. 9 people liked it. It did really well. So then I know that my audience likes that type of content. So these are the things that you can, once you convert to a professional dashboard, that you can measure and watch. One of the things that I love the most, and I'll show you guys this right here, if you go down to interactions and I hit see all, and now it's going to tell me over the last 28 days, 5,583 people have engaged with my profile. And it breaks them down like what type of content they engaged with: photo, text, reel, others. And now I want to click on where it says how many people engage, media type, interaction type, and following type. I'm going to click on following type. Of those 5,500 people, 22% of them were non-followers. So I made it beyond my initial friends and family and connections, and 22% of the people that I reached were non-followers. And that's great. That's what you want to do. You want to break it beyond what you already know, past the people that you're already connected with that already know this about you, and you want to get into those non-followers. And so actually studying what's working and then drilling down on that and creating more of what is working will really help you get into this non-followers. And then there's interaction type too. So 897 of them were reactions and 691 of that was comments and replies, and then 19 shares. So once you get your professional dashboard turned back on, now you want to look at what your profile looks like, and you want your picture to be clear and really represent who you look like, because when they come to the dealership right now, this is the only face that they know. So they want to be tracking down what you look like to do business with you. So make sure that this is and for any women that are watching this later, if you're overly filtering your photo too, they're not going to recognize you whenever they come up to talk to you. So make a nice professional photo of yourselves. Make that be what takes up that circle so that they know that you're the guy they're looking for. And then a clear bio, right? So helping families find the perfect car since 2015. And now I said I was going to share a couple of Facebook profiles with you, and I am. Okay, so this one is mine. So this is my Facebook profile. I usually use this for whatever I'm promoting at the time. I use my cover photo as that. I try to use that as marketing space as well. And then my intro is I help dealerships with social media dominance, and outsource BDC. I have a link there to connect with me. And then everything about me, where I've worked, all of those things right there are filled in. So they kind of know who I am and what I'm about. Right here, where I have this URL right now, because that's supporting this event right now. That's what I put in there whenever I have that going on. But you can just put your phone number in here if you want. If we look at, here's Russ Flips Whips. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Russ. Russ has, instead of a website right here, he has his direct email address right here for you to be able to get in contact with him. He's a husband, dog dad, and car salesman. Work with me, russflipswhips@gmail.com. And RFW Training LLC, we know that he does training at dealerships as well, and he has a link to all the rest of his socials down here. If we look at James Schubert, who would probably normally be on this call, but he's on a cruise right now with his wife in Grand Cayman, if we go down and believe his Facebook posts. James has got a good profile picture of him right now. I think this is probably some wasted space. I mean, not that your family has ever wasted space, but if you're thinking about this professionally, first of all, I would adjust this photo so that all of the faces were actually in the frame right here. I would drag that down. And then right here, have a call to action right here. So he should either put his email or a phone number, anything in here so people can reach him. If he's the #1 auto sales professional in Indianapolis and top in customer service, they need a way to reach him right now. So that should be probably something that I would recommend for James to fix. And then this guy right here, this is Jeff Cornett. Jeff is like one of my favorite students right now. So he joined Social Grenade 30 days ago and has listened to everything that I've told him to do. He uses our app to post daily. This is really good, right? Because he's at the dealership. This is really representing the dealership as well. He's got his rubber Kia hat on here. This is a good cover photo. He could probably put a call to action in here if he wanted to, like an arrow that says message me here. And then he's got right here, not much of an intro telling you about him other than he's tattoo car guy and here's his phone number. So he probably needs to work on this a little bit right here. But one of the cool things about Jeff right now is that Jeff is killing it on social media. And I'm going to go, let me see if I can go in here. I want to show you some of his stats and they'll be in my messenger. So there's Jeff. So Jeff actually sent me his screenshots of his dashboard. And his numbers are going to blow you guys out of the water. Now, Jeff is normally a 15 car month guy. Like he does 15 cars about every month. That's his, 18 max, but generally he's at about 15 all the time. So I want to show you this because this is important. So Jeff sent me his 30 days after he's done what he was supposed to for 30 days. This is his professional dashboard. So 101,560 views on his content. And imagine if you were in a stadium somewhere and there was 101,000 people in the stadium. Like you'd probably be nervous as crap to be talking to them, right? But to know that you have this audience in 30 days, that's pretty amazing. In the last 28 days, 101,000 people was his audience and 1,642 interactions. Let me go back to this real quick. 3,422 followers. He didn't really gain a lot of followers, which is fine. And then this is the magic right here. So we looked at this earlier. This is his professional dashboard, and 40% of those 10,335 engaged people are non-followers. Like that's huge. Think about that. That's probably like 4,500, 4,800 people that he reached outside of his circle and got content into their newsfeed. This is huge. So knowing this will help you to go, oh, what do I do with my social media? And one of the other things that's kind of cool, let me get out of this really quick, is I went and I talked to him yesterday I talked to him about doing a video. And he was like, I don't want to be on camera. I just don't want to be on camera. I promise I don't want to be on camera. And I'm like, I understand that. I said, I'm going to show you how to do a video without being on camera. And so I had him record this right here. And he was not doing a walk around video, although it may look like he is.
Green, but that's not what I want to talk to you about.
He's talking about gap insurance during this entire walk around instead of talking about the vehicle, which would be another Kia Niro walk around video. He's talking about gap insurance and why it's important. And Jeff was pretty excited this morning whenever he messaged me and said that yesterday I sent him a, hey, good job, because his video had at that time 392 views. And that was just like within a couple hours, 6 hours. 6 hours later, 392 views on one video that he didn't even want to make. And so he got up this morning and he goes, I'm over 500 views. And I'm like, that's awesome. Great job. And so when they can see success like this, when you guys at the dealership, or if you're a GM, when your salespeople can see success like this, they're more prone to do that. And if you think about, if you have 15 salespeople at your dealership and they're all talking about what they do and where they do it, they're elevating the vibration of the dealership and the optics of the dealership every time they post. So I'm going to tell you a really great secret about Jeff. So I told you Jeff was a 15 a month car guy. Last month, Jeff did over and above what he should have done social media wise. He killed it. He slayed exactly what I told him to do, stayed with it, kept engaging posts in there. And when I get down to this post here, you're going to be super excited. Look at this. This is some of the content that's in Social Grenade and 32 comments, right? Absolutely is what he needed to do. And then he followed up with a sold vehicle post. So he's giving them what they want, and then he's giving them what he wants them to see. So when I get here, you're going to be so excited. So this is Jeff selling his 30th car for the month in March. This is a 15 car a month guy, sold 30 cars in the month of March. I'm like, Jeff, have you ever sold 30 cars? He's like, never have I sold 30 cars. I barely have ever broken 20. And I'm like, this is huge. And he's like, whenever his dealership brought him Social Grenade and said, do you want to be part of this? Because if you don't post 20 times a month, I'm going to AR you for it. And he's like, I'll do it. Like, I'm about being the best I can be. And what does that look like? And so Jeff went from 15 to 30. And I'm not telling you that posting on social and being consistent and posting the right stuff and keeping up with all your comments, I'm not telling you it's going to double what you're selling, but you're going to see a marked increase. Like, we see a minimum of 2 cars extra sold per month with people who will do the things that we tell them to do, that they will follow the plan that they're supposed to be doing. Okay, so now that was a nice win. So let's get back to this right here. So cover photo, featured section. I mean, anything that you want to put on there, make sure that your profile is maxed. So posting like a pro and what you're supposed to share. So tips and advice on financing, tech. I mean, think about the fact that tech advances so fast in the car buying world. Like, if you haven't bought a car in the last 3 to 5 years, think about the technology advances that have been made that weren't available when you bought your last vehicle. And maybe you didn't buy the top of the line tech package. And so now there are like so many really cool things. I remember the first time I ever drove a vehicle that had lane assist on it. And I was a bit freaked out because it was a rental car. And I think I was like in LA and I was like trying to change lanes. And maybe I didn't blink, obviously. And then I thought my steering wheel was locked up. I about freaked out because I didn't know what it was. And so if you can talk about these things on social media ahead of time, talk about lane assist, talk about predictive cruise control, talk about the tech that's coming out that will help them. If they want to come and see what the hottest new tech is, by all means, and show it to them. Maintenance hacks. You know, I think about anybody who lives in the Midwest, and fall hits every year. And when that first temperature drop happens and everybody's TPS light comes on because they think all their tires went flat overnight because there was just a cold dip in the weather. And so those things you can talk about in advance when those are coming up, right? Customer stories are always good. Delivery photos, I would say make sure your customers don't look like they're being held hostage. And really, the vehicle is not the important part. It's the customers that you want to see. I know everyone tries to get way far away and get the car in there too, but literally you can just have the customer standing next to the car with their new keys. I think about realtors because they always like to take a picture, not in front of the new house, but at the title company with their new keys right to their house. So you don't have to be showing the actual vehicle. You can be literally just take a picture of the customers, took home a new 2025 Kia Telluride, whatever it was. Testimonials and referrals, those are always good. Behind the scenes stuff is iconic, and it is for a reason, because it's a big mystery as to what happens at businesses behind the scenes. Like, I think behind the scenes stuff at the Elliott Group, what I think would be amazing, right? At the Lion's Den, what really goes on? Not the crap that they're videoing to share for us, but what crap really goes on, right? Where are those heated conversations? Where is that, oh my gosh, why is this guy calling me to cancel? He knows he's made more sales. You know, where's that stuff? We want to see that stuff. And then when Elliott's planning on what's next going to roll out for the Elliott Army, right? Like, what does that planning session look like? Those are the things we want to see. And at the dealership, we want to see that stuff too. When you guys are brainstorming, you know, what charities that we're going to support next month, or what, you know, how do we, when a new car comes in all wrapped up in plastic. There's a friend of mine that used to own one of the biggest Mitsubishi stores in the country. And he got in a car accident and had some traumatic brain injury and couldn't run the store and couldn't even GM it. He still loves the Mitsubishi brand, and Mitsubishi reached out to him to be a brand ambassador. And he did this video yesterday. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. He did this video on unwrapping a Mitsubishi. And, you know, the ASMR videos, you know, where you hear the sound of the coming off of that. Like, people love when they can see the thing and hear the sound at the same time. So he did this video yesterday, and I'm telling you, so this is him peeling that. So this is a great behind the scenes, right? Because a lot of times we don't know what a vehicle looks like when it comes in. And so to do a video like that behind the scenes will really, really get some good engagement on it. Okay, so you guys will have a copy of this deck if you want it. So these are like on the day, what post type you can do, what is an example of that, you know, or if you're part of Social Grenade already, you know that these text messages are coming out to you daily anyways. So one other cool thing that you can do, and I'm going to show you this on my Facebook profile again. If you move to a professional dashboard, one of the things that you can do So for example, right here, like I made this post today, and if I wanted to promote this post, if I wanted to boost it, I could come down here and click this blue button, and I could turn this into an ad. Now, just from my profile, not from a business page, I could come in here and turn this into an ad if I wanted to. Within Facebook, if you use the app, they're going to charge you 30% to run an ad. But if you do it on desktop, they won't. So you can come in here on desktop if you want to save that 30%, and you can start creating an ad here. You literally, the text generation, this is AI, they can generate whatever you want. Or if you want to just leave it the way it is, leave it. Come down, you're not going to have a special ad category, and then you can pick your audience. So for myself, if I were to do something, I wanted something to be in Joplin, Missouri, and I wanted to adjust the age range somewhere, I can do that. I can type in that I want it to be in Joplin, Missouri, and then it's going to give me a mileage. It's going to start with 25. I can go all the way out to 50 if I want to. And if I want to get more detailed, I can. If I wanted it to be like realtor, salesperson, small business owners, whatever I want. If I wanted it to be in the automotive industry, I can do that. And then I'll hit save audience. My next thing I'm going to do is pick my budget and how long I want to run it. So if I want to run it for 7 days and I only want to spend $10, that's what I'm going to do. My total budget is $10. I picked it for 7 days, and it's telling me that my daily results will be between 221 to 639 accounts, depending on if they're logged in or not. And then I literally just click publish. It'll go into review for a few minutes, and then that will be a live ad. So for a salesperson, I think about you had a vehicle post, like let's say that you had an engaging post that did really well, and then you just got a new color of some vehicle in that you didn't normally have. If this were your post and you wanted to boost this post, then you could click down here, boost that post, and get some more engagement on that post or get it into more eyeballs for like a $5 or $10 budget. So I would recommend that if you're going to do this, that you set a budget that you don't want to go past. Like if you're going to spend $100 a month boosting posts, that you make sure that you're keeping track of what you've spent, and that you remember to do it on desktop to save yourself some money. So we've talked about all of this. Make sure you use clear call to actions. DM me, check this week's deal out. Always want them to either call you or message you. You want to have a call to action. They need to be told what to do. Your audience will not do anything unless you tell them how you want them to respond. Now, this is important. We've talked about it before. Respond quickly to comments and DMs. Post to stories daily. Stories stay top of mind, and they disappear after 24 hours. So that's great. Like I think I like for a dealership, because they may sell 100 to 120 cars a month. I like if for a page, I'm posting their sold customers to stories, because I don't want it to fill up the news feed a lot. But a lot of your stories are going to get a lot of eyeballs on them. And if you look at, I'm going to see if I can do it here. Hang on. If I can look at mine here. I don't know if I can desktop. I know on my app I can, but it'll tell me on my stories how many people have viewed it. That's the cool thing. And you can see exactly who viewed it, which is interesting. People trying to stalk you, they can't do it anymore, because you can see exactly who viewed your story. So I would do stories probably 3 times a day. It's kind of a lot to think of sometimes, but it doesn't have to be anything ground shaking. It just has to be a story. And I think I posted a story today. I have posted 2 stories today. One that I got on my Peloton again for the first time in a while, and then something motivational. So do not neglect stories. They're easy posts, they're fast, and they will get a lot of people's eyeballs on them. Okay, ask questions. What's your dream car and why? One of the things that we can look at, again, to look at, I think Jeff's, go back to Jeff real quick. He did one of these and it did really, really well. And it was just a text. He picked a colored background and then just did a text on there and got quite a bit of engagement. Sorry, he posts a lot because he listens to what I tell him. You cannot post too much. So this one right here, right? A clothing brand that we wore back in the day that this generation has never heard of. Okay, 75 comments on that. It's fantastic. That's a fantastic post. So ask questions. Another guy that works at his dealership too made a post yesterday like, I drive this. What do you drive? And it's doing really well too. So ask questions, because people want to engage with you. They want people to know Like, what is your dream car and why? Mine is a Land Rover Defender. And why? I don't know why. I think it looks weird and I love it. I love the little water bottle on the water canister on the side and the tiny little ladder. I don't know why I like it. I just do. And then repurpose what works. Now, we talked about that when we talked about looking at your content engagement. And so look at what your top performing posts are and just rinse and repeat. So start showing up like the expert that you are. So you want to use the dashboard to build your brand. You want to post with intention, not just to fill space, and engage daily. Conversations equal conversions. If they'll talk to you, they'll buy from you. If they'll have a conversation with you, they will 100%, when they're in the market for a car, they will consider you. Pick one thing today and just start. First of all, move your profile to a professional dashboard. Check out your cover photo, check out your profile photo, and then what your intro or your bio says about you. And then just make something. Do something today. And if you want to tag me, you can tag me and I will 100% engage with your stuff. You can tag me every day. I won't even care. I will come in and engage with your stuff, share your stuff, and help you get some more exposure.